Shall we start where we always start? Injuries.
Yeah, we're starting to, I've said it before, we're starting to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Morgan and Amari have had a full week of training. Ben Barkley and Ryan Edmondson, again, have continued with their recovery. And we're starting to get closer to Toby being back. We've just got to try and get him up to full speed next week, and then he'll be able to join in training. Joel Senior is back out on the grass again, but it's still very early in his recovery. But well, actually, no, it's not very early. It's a long time down his recovery when you think he's been out for 9 months. So he's starting to get close, but still a bit off from joining in the rest of the group. So we're starting to get there, and we've just got to keep our fingers crossed that we can keep them all fit.
Totally understand if you don't want to show your hand, but are we having more into the pack for the weekend for you to choose from?
Yeah, we'll have certainly one more into the pack. That'll give us a bit more experience there. I've got to be really careful in how I say it though, because it sounds as if I'm being disrespectful to the boys who've come in. People like Ryan Carr and Nick Bellardo and Jack Ellis, they've come in and done a job for us, done a very good job for us. So it's no slant on them on what they've done, but we have this first team group of players and players who I believe are starters who hopefully will be back available very soon.
But you did say this last week that those lads who have come in, they've said to the others, come and take the shirt off me.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what they have to do. They've got to keep doing that. I mean, it's one of the things I've said to them in training today, or before training today, is that you have to be your best every day. You can't have days off. You can't turn up for training and think I'll just go through the motions. You have to be absolutely spot on, and that's what I'm demanding going into this game at Hartlepool. I went to watch him on Tuesday, and Keith Curle's got this knack of finding a way to win games, and they found a way to win against Doncaster on Tuesday, and we've got to make sure that we are absolutely spot on. We start the game right, we go about it in the right way, and make sure that we have our best performance that we possibly can to try and get a result.
That league position can be a little bit deceptive because they have actually been really hard to beat.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they're the same as us. They've drawn 6 games this season. They've only won the one. We've won a few more, but they are hard to beat. They got a great result at Mansfield last Friday. They've got a good result during the week. They will be buzzing with that. The crowd get behind them. They make it a positive an atmosphere, and as a big atmosphere as you can with the numbers that they bring in. And we've got to be right. Simple as that. There's no two ways about it. If we're not right, we'll get undone. But if we are right, I think we've got enough to keep on our unbeaten run.
How good is it doing what you did on Tuesday night, getting to see them in the flesh? Does it just confirm what it is you were thinking?
Yeah, it does, because it's always easy to watch a video and to watch the teams playing on the laptop. But it is nice to see them in the flesh, and we don't get many options to do it. So I was able to see them, and then obviously the week after we've got Doncaster, so it was 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got to be honest, I was mainly focusing on the Hartlepool group and what they do, but it also gives me half an eye on what to expect the week after, and hopefully it was a worthwhile journey.
We love to make things of things that aren't there. Does it matter that Keith is the manager over there, that he used to be manager, that you know him?
Doesn't bother me. No, we'll have no effect on the game once the referee blows his whistle. We'll have a little time at half time, but it is about players. I mean, I don't really know what Keith's done differently since Paul Hartley lost his job, but he's obviously done something differently, and we've got to make sure that we're right, and we can go and make sure that we're on our game like we have been for the majority of this season, and make sure that we get the right performance that leads to the right result.
It is one of those games that has an edge for the fans. We could have probably sold close to double the allocation that we've got, so it'll be noisy.
Oh, it'll be noisy, and let's hope they're supporting the team and not getting involved in any stupid stuff, which I believe went on last year. We don't need that as a football club. Our supporters have been absolutely magnificent since end of February when I came back in. So let's go and watch the football. Let's go and support the team. Let's ignore anything that they want to do, and hopefully the players will do enough on the pitch to keep them focused on our game.
You mentioned that word, training. We've been looking out the window watching the rain batter down. Carlisle is what it is. The training pitch is what it is. Have you done what you wanted to do this week?
Yeah, we've been quite lucky really, because I changed it up a little bit this week. I felt as though we were getting into a bit of a too much of a routine, so I wanted to change it. So we had two really good days on Tuesday and Wednesday. We were able to get onto Gretna and do the full session that I wanted to do this week. Thursday was a rest day, and then we've been in today. We weren't able to go on the grass today, but again, I don't see that as a problem. It's not an issue to me. You know, when we flooded back in 2000 and whatever it was, 4 or 5, we had weeks and weeks where we were only able to train in the Neil Sports Centre once that dried out, and it didn't do us any harm there. So long as the players' minds are right, so long as they're prepared properly, focused properly, we've done everything that we would normally do in terms of looking at what Hartlepool are going to do. And I suppose this is where the advantages of focusing on us and not so much around loads on the opposition, that this should help us going into the game against Hartlepool.
I've heard you mention a couple of times that you've said to the players, believe in yourselves, because we've seen now the quality is there. Are we getting that from them?
Well, I don't think we had it. I don't think we had it in the game against Curle. I thought we had a bit of belief in the game at Grimsby, a little bit of belief away at Newport, but not as much as I wanted. And I'm saying to them, we are close to being a good side. We're not a good side yet. We're close. We have the choice. We can go that extra yard, that extra step to go and become a good side. We can talk about it. We can train it. But it has to be out on the grass. It has to be out on the pitch in the games where it really matters. And that's the challenge that's always there. Carlisle United is no different to anybody else. The challenge is there as a footballer. When you're out there on the pitch and you've been selected, you have to go and show you deserve to be there and you deserve to be involved in the next one as well.
It's great to be able to keep saying this every week, but it's bonkers to hear you say that when we've only had the one league defeat. The fact that you are still, and they are, still demanding more.
Yeah, well, I think you have to. You know, we're in League Two. We want to be better. We want to be higher than League Two. Is it 10th we sat at the moment? I want to be higher than 10th. You know, I'm not saying we are definitely good enough to do it, but I think you've got to aspire to do it. We've got to push each other to do it. And if the best that we are is 10th, but we've given it everything, then you take it. If we have the potential to be better than 10th, and I really do think we have got that potential, you have to show it. You know, I mean, Hartlepool will believe that they're better than the bottom places, and they've now shown it in the last 2 games by taking 4 points in 2 tough games. We have to make sure that this little positive run that they've got doesn't carry on at this weekend, and we give ourselves a chance of going even higher than 10th.
And this spell that is important to get everybody minutes and time and training time that you want to do. How do you look ahead to Tuesday night in Cleator with that? Do the boys get involved in that if they haven't had the 90 minutes?
Some of them will, yeah, some will be involved. It's more about just making sure they get the right sort of work. We've got Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and those are the 3 games that I'm getting in my head of what's right for the players and for the group. The most important one at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, is Saturday afternoon, and that's the league fixture. I want to go there and put on the best show we possibly can of ourselves and try and get 3 points. And then we'll see what's left over after that. We'll see where we are in terms of any things we pick up from Saturday's game, who comes off the bench and how many minutes they get, and that will dictate what goes into Tuesday night at Cleator. But I can assure you, I want to win on Saturday and I want to win on Tuesday, and then I also want to win next Saturday at home. So it's games that we've got to get it all right, really.
And just finally, Paul, I know that it is a repeated message that it's about us. How much of that message goes to the boys that, yes, we know what Hartlepool are going to do, but it's on you?
It goes to them every single day. That was my message to them today, was about how we prepare between now and 3 o'clock, how they go about what food they eat today, whether they hydrate properly, where they're sleeping tonight, at what time they go to sleep tonight, where we get picked up tomorrow, what you eat for pre-match, how you go through your warm-up routine, whether you're focused on it, and we will be getting into them again tomorrow, because I want everybody's minds totally focused. I'm led to believe that we got done last year at Hartlepool, and that was the start of a bit of a slippery slope, and I've told them that today, that this cannot be the start of a slippery slope. We have to make sure that our performance is right, because if it's not, they have certainly got enough fight in them, and they've got individuals who can cause us problems, and we have got to be absolutely bang on it in this game to make sure that we come away with a positive result.